Oh, all in all, not a bad first hunt back out. Weather's been nice, quite warm in the sun. And don't forget, I've given a bit of my knowledge out of detecting. We're all in the same thing if we all share in the comments and everything. And that hasn't cost you anything. That's just free. I get money from affiliation, from you watching my videos. That's good enough for me. If you stick me a thumbs up, that's even better. And that is all. You don't have to pay a membership you've got to pay to watch my material, my content. It's here to help people, not to make money. The money I do get goes back into the channel, puts a bit of fuel in, gets me on digs, and I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. That's what this channel's about, not to make money. A bit of inside information if you haven't seen the video already. Legend number 2. I have put some of my input across. It'd be great if they can do it. At last, it stopped raining after months and months, so I'm going to a part of permission here where I've had, it's an old quarry, hundreds of buttons, loads of coins, but not as many as buttons. I'm going to hit this bottom area here, right near the road. All that there, bit of a hillside, which I haven't done before. I just thought these sheep aren't lambing, but there's something interesting there. See that there? It could be the end of the wall as the wall's coming down, and there could have been a gateway, but it's quite steep, so I wouldn't necessarily have thought it would have been that. This could be the new road, that could have been the old road, but I doubt it. But or it could have been, there's the quarry there, maybe bricks have fallen away as they rolled down the hill. No, taken away, and they were just too bloody heavy to carry. Could be some kind of keystone, but I'll aim for the evergreen tree there, and I'll zigzag. It's quite an incline, but should do me good. Get my fitness levels back up, seeing that I haven't been out for a decent dig for a couple of months. So first of all, I'll be using kind of a coin shooting program I'm going to set up in Nokta Simplex Ultra. So we'll go through the settings and then we'll crack on. So I haven't programmed it in, so we'll just go straight off the bat. Going to 4-tone, and I have got a discrimination there, but what I want to do is I want to use tone breaks, which the detector performs better with tone breaks. I'll quickly go through these. So I've just ground on, so 1, 2 and 3 are discriminated. Coin mode, depth, medium. Low is you get better ID, but not as deep. High is the ID is not as good, but you get a deeper, probably unstable ID. I think. Go across. Recovery, I'm going to put 2. F2 on that. And tone breaks. So the first tone break is going to be, there's a lot of tinfoil on here and that, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go for mid and high conductors. So I'll have that at 58. Second tone break is 58 to 70, then 78 to 92, 94, then 94 to 99. It's quite a long wide spectrum on the ID, so we've got more capabilities of narrowing down targets. I want that last, that's at first 29, 60, yep, 90, and then this last one we want as an iron tone again to stop the wraparound effect. Oh, it's not going to let me. Surely it's going to let me go all the way back. No, it's not going to let us go all the way back. So what we're going to do with that the 94 to 99. What we're going to do with that, that would have been nice to make that into a tone break. We're going to have the iron, we're going to have that at 4, 5, we're going to have that at 5, we're going to have that at 0. So we're not discriminating, it's still there, but it won't make a tone. I'll have that at 3. They haven't sorted out the volumes yet. Number 1 sounds like number 5. So that was a waste of time, but it should be coming up as in a future update. Well, this come up as 62, and it was that shallow. 66, 67, 1 bar down on the depth. And because it was that shallow, I thought it was going to be rubbish, so I didn't do a live dig. But it's around 100 years old, that. And is it? No, it's just a halfpenny. I thought it might have been a grotty silver. But it is a halfpenny in half decent condition, to be honest. So yeah, first signal, first coin, George V, 1914. So here's one that popped right out. This is sat for a signal. A bit deeper than the last one. Rotate, still giving true. Rotate, still giving true. Let's get some height. Nothing on the height, so it's not a big, it's a strong sounding signal, but we're not getting any height on it. So that shows that it's not going to be iron, because with iron, it'll be a strong signal, big iron, it'll be a strong false, and you get some height on it as well. It's changed a bit there. We'll dig that. It feels really good to be penetrating. Oh, I can see it there. Mother Earth again. Yeah, a big stud. That's all it was, but very clean sword. Similar high tone, which it will be. 72. How can it be? How can that tinfoil cap come up as 72? Have you seen it? It's quite thick. It does look similar to an hammered, but very far from it. I will be getting rid of a lot of small bits of tinfoil, but these, very flat, circular, and a high conductor, quite a bit of it, quite thick. I'll be digging these. I mean, I like milk, but drinking it, not digging it, top wise. Now I could have gone in part mode, which is stock 3 tones, but I use part mode a lot, especially on the Simplex Plus. So I just want to see what this is all about, this 4 tone, which is if it's just an extra tone. Oh, surface find. It's a penny, spendable. It's quite warm, that, to be honest. So I want to know if there's any added filters as such, which I don't, with what I have used of it, I don't think there is. I think it's just another tonal segment, but I'm not too sure if it's got park filters in it or field filters. Now I'm presuming that it's a coin shooting mode with 4 tones. Is very good for coin shooting. Just discriminate 4 different types of coin, near enough, you know. Or yeah, I'd say it's probably a park feature on the Ultra. That's my guess, without actually getting some hours behind it. I wouldn't know exactly. Doing some testing between park and 4 tone, between field and 4 tone, you can, if you have different bits of tinfoil, ring pulls and that, you can near enough tell if a program's the same as another program and what filters they have used back at the manufacturers. That's how you find out what frequencies are being used on a detector, by putting iron or tinfoil next to a coin, flipping through the single frequencies, then using the multi, and by that way of switching through frequencies, seeing what hits and what doesn't hit, you can find out what frequencies are using a multi-frequency simultaneous, because I had a gold coin. No, it was gold ring with a split in it, very low conductor. I went right through the single frequencies. It was in an iron formation, very hard, and no frequency hit that apart from 40 kilohertz. Now I went into the multis. I went through multi 1, multi 2, multi 3. Multi 3 didn't get it, multi 1 got it a bit, but multi 2 on the legend hit it. So 40 was in multi 2, or round about that, if you know what I mean. Now with the Simplex Ultra, you've got 15 kilohertz, which is the best frequency range for all conductors apart from your extreme small low conductors and your really high conductors. 15 is great. It covers like the mid-range of the conductor spectrum, if you know what I mean. But then 4 kilohertz aims for the deeper, higher conductors better. And then your 40, whatever depth, just low conductors, mid-low conductors, will hit them really well. And you can actually, you don't have to know from the manufacturer. I found out a lot through testing, especially between the multi-frequencies, the sims on the legend. I'm going on about the legend there because I use legend as well. And with time and different formations of iron, tinfoil, coins, low conductors, mid conductors, high conductors, you can suss out, like decipher what frequencies are being used. It's the same with M3. Just say, I've got some bronze coins in the back garden at 1920 inch. I go through the single frequency, see what hits it. 40 doesn't hit it, 20 doesn't hit it, 15 doesn't hit it, 10 might just be getting there, but 4 hits it. Then I go over to the multis and then do the same. So M3 will hit it. Right, there's 4 kilohertz in that. Maybe 10, you know. Obviously the filters change as well. I know I'm going on about the legend, I know. A bit of inside information if you haven't seen the video already. But there's a roadmap at the moment of the next high priced legend number 2, I suppose you could call it. So if they're knocking out Nokta, I am flying the flag here a little bit, but if they're knocking out detectors at £700 that are keeping up with some of the big hitters, what will a £1,000 machine be like? I know I'll be getting it because I know that it'll be worth a lot more than what you're going to pay for it. Can't wait for that. It'll probably take a few years, to be honest. I think the legend was 2 years, 3 years in the making. But I think they're more advanced now with this simultaneous multi-frequency. I have put some of my input across, and it'd be great if they can do it. I think the engineers will be able to do it, and if they do, yeah, something to look forward to. Now, because we're using tone breaks, it's like a tonal discrimination, using pitches of audio as an identification, and we're not blocking out the speech of the detector. We can still read the ground. We can still tell where there's iron patches, tinfoil patches with this high tone break, and you're still reading where people have been. If you discriminated that out, totally discriminated, you're not going to know. You're not going to be able to tell if there's things next to things and stuff like that. It'll just be blank. And you'll probably just pick out the easy targets. This leaves the detector open a lot better. I've never really used discrimination as in hard discrimination. I've always used tonal breaks. Yeah, because I like to know what my coil's passing over all the time, and you can hear the differences in the nuances in the tone. I think someone's come running down this hill, gone head over heels, and That's this button behind. It was a really, really crappy signal. Decent shank on it. If we get any. There we have. For you button lovers, that is a Saxon button or Roman because it's got ring and dot on it. There you go. Yeah, ring and dot. Goes right through the ages. Obviously can tell that that isn't with the age of it, 1800s. Some stuff, yeah, it's got a bit of ring and dot on, and you can tell with a patina and with the shape of it, you can say it's Saxon or Roman. But yeah, that's definitely not Roman or Saxon. We're digging, scratching. Just missed it there, side of the wall. Good pinpoint of depth. It's gonna be trash. It's gonna be treasure, as they call it. Treasure my ass. Deep. Oh, it's a ring, but at mega depth, so yeah, it's got to be Roman, hasn't it? It's got to be Roman at that depth. So some kind of turret ring of horse. It could be medieval, it could be, but you can see it's not a perfect circle as it is grind down with on the reins of a horse or hanging off summit. It's not perfect. It's been eaten away. It's eroded, I should say. There's another deep one here. Is it a coin? Or is it a button? The hell, if you think of it, really think about it, look how deep that was. So that George was 100 years old. Another George, but a lot older. I could just make it out there facing right. It's I think it might be the second edition, which is 1779. So we're getting older. But if that's that deep, it doesn't necessarily mean you can get stuff. Depends on the ground, the moisture in the ground, how compact the ground is, with how far the coins will go. This is on a footpath, so yeah, if that, you see, footpath right in the centre. So over time, what, a couple of 100 years of people walking up and down, it's been put down there by us, by walking over it. 65-70 on the old Rectum scale, or Richter scale, sorry. That's the right arsey tone, that. But there's enough positive to dig it. You must have some iron there, we're rotated. But I'd say about 70% of a 360 rotation is good. This is good enough to go off. You can rotate if designing certain areas compared to where the non-ferrous target is. You can kind of work it out if there's iron next to it, you know, and changing the ID and the tone. Where was that there? Right on it. They're all deep, these. It's doing well. It's doing well. Now, if we had discrimination on, would we be digging these deeper targets? Because we do lose depth using harsh discrimination. More of a peaceful dig though, but I'm not too bad. On a really, really saturated field, you might get a bit annoyed. Really densely populated ground, but if it's not too bad, it's better to be able to read the ground, I find. Well, it's just the way I detect. I can make that out. It's broken, but that is an old relic. You're talking a good 200 years old. It's not complete and it's broke. There would be the middle section here with forks on. Now I've just broke it again, so that's definitely Georgian. would have been worn on boot like that, clasped over some leather. Oh, believe it or not, I don't know if it's this type. We used to have them on hats as well. Yeah, probably a shoe one. Our big high conductor, look at that, right in the bottom of there. It recorded, just dug the clod, flipped it out, another button, just a plain one. Nothing but trash around that rock. The bigger one looks like it might have fallen down from the top, pushed down. The other one standing up. Might have already been there, just put it on edge. Oh, 76, nice and strong. And again. 69. Split kipper. Really? But nothing groundbreaking. But there's a lot of this permission. I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna save it till last. Right on it there now. Another deep one. It sounded clear, so it sounded a lot shallower. Is it another buckle? Was it a big silver? Come on. Oh. Let's be nice and gentle with this now. Oh. Same period. I'll show you something here now. Buckle goes like that. See the centre bit? There'll be a little pinhole there. There'll be a little pinhole there. And then like a plate. Bronze plate. And then prongs. Some have 2, 1, 3, 4, I think, some of them, if I remember rightly. 16, 1700s, I'd say. So we're a good 6 inches down. It's a bit later on. Getting to the 1900s, early 19, clog clasp. Also off a shoe, but a wooden one. Yeah, I've always wondered why now. Just gonna have a bit of a dig at these these YouTube channels that put ancient land. Ancient land. All land is ancient. It's been here for a long time. This footpath isn't ancient. It's old. It's an old footpath. Plus treasure hunting. It's history. Well, that's what I call it anyway, because treasure has to be over 300 years old and has to be of a precious metal, not your bronze, coppers. So yeah, if it is treasure, it's over 300 years old, gold or silver. I think it might have changed a little bit, but if just say a Bronze Age, Jack said, I don't call that treasure, I call it history. Artifact is ancient Rome, ancient Greece, ancient Egypt. Yeah, you can call it ancient, but this, I don't know how long this has been there, but I know the land is ancient, but I won't say it's an ancient footpath. Looking at what I'm finding, so it's about 200 years old. So yeah, there's a lot of clickbait out there. It's funny, wow, I found treasure. My back garden's ancient. Got council houses on it. Still ancient though. Yeah, another coin. Not too deep. A strong 82, very clear. Here's Britannia. I'd say it's a George III, and it is 1806. 2 inches down. Shows you done it. Just off the footpath, not on the footpath. I won't just work the footpath. This is a footpath. Always good 10 metres, 5 metres either side, even more. I'm not going to go down that well there. So I'm just at the edge of it, edge of the hill, and the footpath is about 4 or 5 metres that way. It's a piece of bronze. No idea what it could be. Let's cut off something. Now, when you haven't been out for a while, you don't realise how unfit you are until you actually do get out. Because it's not the flattest of land. And I am struggling to talk at this very moment. Absolutely knackered. I've been out about an hour and a half. I thought I'd work this wall. I don't think it's going to be a long dig. I've had quite a few bits up in that short space of time. That's just because I hit that footpath, which I haven't totally finished that footpath, but I'm going to save some for later. On top of here, give over. 61. Oh, obviously it's a rock, some at surface, but he says it's modded. It's only been able to go as far as that rock is. So yeah, going for 60s. Now it's there. Oh, it's gold. It's gold. The look set up that, wasn't it? You know, with a view, with the rocks. It goes up to the top of this rock and it pulls out a gold coin. Absolutely lovely day though. Beautiful. I think I might have that as a thumbnail. There's some PNG in here with my hand, what we found. Yeah, looking over the horizon. So with your high conductors, your mid-high conductors, they're easy targets. They're easy targets, especially shallow. 10 inches is good. Is good. High conductor coin. We had some bronze there and all, mid conductors. But with what I've been running, I haven't dug any rubbish apart from that bottle top and that bloody gold looking coin. But you're gonna. So it's been, I've hardly dug that many holes, a few iffy signals, but at depth. So it's a bit choppy as it's on the fringes of detection and the ID no good. But yeah, if you want a pleasant hunt like that, you can use a high tone break, audio discrimination. I would advise using your tone breaks over your discrimination, as it doesn't hinder the performance of the detector on depth. Any kind of filter will hinder the performance of a detector. Recovery is actually a filter. Yeah, recovery is a filter. Everything is a filter. The true mode of this detector is that all metal, and you can hear how lively it is and picks up everything. No filter, no tonal filter, no nothing. It's a single tone, modulated tone. So anything after that has a filter added. Like with the IF, it might not be totally off, totally open the IF, but that's a filter. I think it works as in 8 is a big filter, filtering out iffy signals. But the lower you can run it, it'd be nice to know of not so if it's totally off, and if it isn't, can we turn it totally off?